The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
In this current climate of gaming, us as gamers are always looking for the next best game to play. Even more, our attention spans are the shortest they have ever been, so playing a point-and-click game is not at the top of many gamers' list, but this game is easily one of the best point-and-click games I've ever played. You may be thinking, I didn't even know this game exists, and neither did I until one day I was scrolling through PlayStation Plus and I saw the image of two chicken cops and thought, what the hell is this? Then I read the synopsis and realized the game is pretty much Pulp Fiction, but with animals. After finishing the platinum for Resident Evil 4 Remake, I was ready for a different game, one with less action, but something that I could just chill out and play. So I decided to give this game a try, and I'm so glad that I did. You play as Sonny Featherland, a rooster that has become an alcoholic that only has 121 days until his retirement. When returning to his apartment, he finds a strange woman has broken in and was waiting for him with some sort of message. Long story short, this woman's friend has been sent threats by someone and she is worried for her safety. But of course, the story gets more complex than that. I'll avoid spoilers since the story is the core of what point-and-click games are, but over the course of the game you visit different areas and meet other animals that are important to solving the mystery. As you progress through each chapter, another layer to the story is peeled off, and more is revealed, helping you slowly piece together what really happened. By the end of the game, I was shocked as you find out who committed the crimes and why they did it. Getting to the end truly felt like a reward for finding all the clues and going through each interrogation. The story is the most important piece in a point-and-click game, and it's safe to say the Wild Gentlemen, the devs behind the game, nailed it in this department. When you think of point-and-click games, you may think of the games that are more interactive, like Life is Strange, Until Dawn, Telltale's The Walking Dead, and many others, as they let you move the character around, letting you explore the areas your character was in. These sorts of games are what I prefer when it comes to playing story-based games. Even though you're still pointing and clicking, the constant movement does a good job at holding my attention. However, in this game you just move from screen to screen when progressing. Each screen would have every person and item on it, and then you would just hover over it and click on it to continue. This format of gameplay isn't ideal, but at least the various environments they took you to helped keep the game fresh. Since you are cops, you have a book that contains 5 tabs: clues, people, places, codex, and stats. Clues help describe what is going on with each person and connect the dots to the overall story. People is just essentially a yearbook with photos of each character and descriptions that update as the story goes on. Places are locations that you discover when visiting new characters while progressing the story. Your codex contains entries surrounding different objects when interacted with in the various locations. And lastly, stats shows how much of everything you collected in the game so far. If you're going for the Platinum Trophy, the Stats tab will become your best friend. Outside of the dialogue, there are some moments where you and your partner, Marty McChicken, go to a board and you have to pin clues together to find your next lead and continue with the case. Even though this has been done before, this helped me make it feel like the clues and answers weren't just handed to you, like you had to actually work for it, at least a little. 2 aspects that I wasn't expecting was the gun range and the car chase sequences. Early in the game, when inside the police station, you have the option to use the shooting range and shoot targets, which is actually pretty fun. You even get a trophy if you get 5,000 points. Then later in the game, there are 2 chase sequences where you and your partner are being shot at. In these sequences, you had to shoot and damage the other car to make it to the next location safely. For a point-and-click game that didn't have much action, those 2 moments caught me by surprise, and helped add a little bit of excitement, which is definitely needed in a point-and-click game. And finally, I wanted to discuss the atmosphere of the game. This game is in black and white with the exception of the novels you collect and some cutscenes that have some color. This noir setting felt fresh and helped the game form its own identity. Then having the characters be animals with human bodies is a unique twist on the characters that I think worked really well. The devs were smart and had certain animals have certain roles based on their physical build and the type of species they were in real life. For example, you meet a bouncer outside the club that is a ram, which makes sense since rams are known for their strength. Instances like this help add to the world and make it seem like this place really does exist. I thought the music in this game was top notch as well. Even from the start, I just sat at the menu screen and listened to the main theme. What was cool was how the music that played at each location matched what the area was, which helped make each place feel unique. Like when you entered the Czar Club, you heard jazz music play, making you feel like you were really there. Other than the story, the music is easily the best part in this game. One thing I thought was funny was the nod they made towards humans, which you could find in your codex, describing them as a mythical creature appearing in many stories and legends. Usually it appears as a wise creature, a keeper of secrets, but it also has a dual nature because chaos and destruction follow in its wake. This entry was funny considering they look part human themselves, but acknowledge humans as these unicorn-like creatures. Overall, when you look at what this game has to offer, I think it's one of the best point-and-click games you can play. The combination of story and music help create this unique atmosphere that makes the gameplay feel less tedious or a chore to get through. If I had to give a score for this game, I would give this an 8 out of 10. This game is a solid game that can be beat in a day or two, and it's an easy platinum trophy. For a point-and-click game with little gameplay, it doesn't get much better than this. Did you play Chicken Police? If so, did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.